Grace and peace to you.
And welcome to Morning Watch
Kids! I'm Pastor Jesse.
I'm Pastor Matt. We're pastors in Greensboro, North Carolina.
And we're brothers.
And we're neighbors. So our families have been isolated together since March the 15th or something like that.
Something like that.
And we're glad you're still here with us this morning to say good morning to God.
Yeah. And we're not in our normal studio this morning because there have been some changes happening with Matt and I that we want to talk about now, because Matt and I have decided this is going to be the last regular official Morning Watch episode. And we have planned a big Morning Watch Kids finale. That's not today. And so that'll still come at some time in the future later this summer. So you have that to look forward to.
Always go to bed wondering.
Yeah.
Will tomorrow be the day?
Wait.
Don't worry about it for a while.
I'm sure we'll hype it when it happens. Yeah. But Matt and I have been isolated together, as we've been saying every morning to you.
Maybe you've heard.
Yeah. And so we've been able to do this, but now that's changing this week, where Matt has this opportunity to go to a rally. I'll let him talk about that I can't attend. And so that means that Matt could potentially be exposed to the virus, and we want to take seriously the need to not spread. And so his family and mine will not be isolating together for a while until we're sure that it's safe to do so. And that throws off our ability to tape these things for you in the morning.
We've been talking to you on Morning Watch Kids about how our country is experiencing some hard times, and that we have the sin of racism that our country has been dealing with for a long time, and a lot of people are gathering and protesting and taking to our streets to point out the sin of racism and say this isn't right. And so we feel like that's an important thing for the church to be doing too. And so this weekend, I'm going to be showing up at a demonstration in our city of Greensboro to say that we believe that Jesus cares about all people. And we believe that Jesus says Black Lives Matter the same as everyone else's life. And our church says that too. So I'm going there to say that. Jesse believes that too, and both of us are looking to lead our congregations in ways to say that and to stand in solidarity with people who are pointing that sin out, because that's a serious thing. The virus going around is a serious thing too, and so I'm doing that. But then it does mean that Jesse and I are going to keep our distance from each other for a little while, and like 2 or 3 weeks. I'm gonna miss you, man. It's gonna be,
yeah, I know. We'll have to Zoom.
It's gonna be weird.
We'll do a lot of Zooming.
But we're here for one more fun morning watch time with you right now.
We are, and real quick, I was to say we are sad that we are not able to keep going with this time, but we're also really glad that we've had this couple weeks. Before all of these uprisings and this new attention to the disease of racism has been cast, Matt and I were talking about what season 3 should focus on, and really had planned out this season before we realized how important that message was going to be for this particular time. And so we're really glad we've had a chance to kind of do that whole series. And if you miss us terribly, go back and rewatch those episodes on sin and confession and racism and the beauty of God's diversity.
True. And also parents, church leaders, Sunday school teachers, feel free to use any of these videos that we've done in any way that can help grow faith in your family or your church, or in any way. You have our permission to use the music, use the lessons in whatever way that can be helpful to you.
Yeah. Now, blessed be our Lord. Right? The Lord.
Yeah.
Stepped on it.
Yeah. The God of
Israel.
That's right.
Israel.
Yeah. From everlasting to everlasting. We've done this song
Let all the
before,
people say amen.
and it sounds like this. That's wrong key. Right.
Blessed be the Lord, our God of Israel, from everlasting to everlasting. Blessed be the Lord, our God of Israel, from everlasting to everlasting. And let all the people say amen, amen. And let all the people say amen, amen. And let all the people say amen.
we shared the hard news with y'all already. This is the last one. There's one other person who we got to break the news to.
Yeah, let's go and do that now. This is gonna be tough.
Jesse! Jesse!
All right, here we go.
Hey, Jesse, I need to talk to you.
Yeah, Nathaniel, I have something really important to tell you.
Yeah, me too.
Okay,
Let me go first.
No, I really should go first.
No, there's something that I don't know how to say this.
I know, and I don't
get
either,
it out.
but buddy,
Jesse, don't make this harder than it has to be.
I know, but I think what I have to say might affect what you have to say.
Okay, all right. Let's both share our news at the same time on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. This has to be our last episode.
Oh, you think so too?
Yeah, I was going to tell you, I think it's time for me to go home.
Yeah.
I really liked staying with you and Matt, but I've been here a long time and I'm ready to go home.
Oh, well, I was going to tell you that too, that some things are happening and Matt is doing this really important work, but it's going to mean that we can't isolate together for a little while. And so this has to be our last episode. Well, buddy, I'm so sad to see you. I was thinking about how much I'm going to miss all this, but I'm going to miss you too, man. But I think you probably are right that you've been here a long time, and I don't even know quite why.
I feel like I know you better than I know myself.
Yeah, I feel that way too sometimes. Well, man, it's been so great having you here, though. It feels like, gosh, we've had so many important conversations together, haven't we?
Yeah, you and Matt have really taught me so much. I've really liked this morning watch time.
Yeah, do you remember, like, way back a long time ago in like March, we learned all about how the church is bigger than just our buildings, and how the church is all of us, and we're all connected all the time through Jesus and the Spirit and the body of Christ, and we're all interconnected in God's love.
Right, that was one of the very first things we talked about.
Yeah.
And that makes me feel like even though I'm not going to be here right with you guys anymore, we're still going to be connected.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Because of our baptism, we're part of one family.
Yeah.
And because the Spirit will be with both of us.
That's right. Yeah, we talked a lot about how God is always with us all the time, whether we're in church or in our building or gathered with people or even just by ourselves. God is always with us.
I remember that. You know, also, it's been really cool for me to watch how you and Matt are pastors. Mm-hmm. You guys, you're really called to do that. It's cool how God calls us all to do different things.
Yeah, and we talked about, we used the word vocation, or we talked about how God does call all people to be in the work of God's ministry in all sorts of ways. Some of those people have been working hard during this pandemic, right, on front lines doing teaching or working in grocery stores or delivering mail or working in medical ways. But everybody has a vocation, a calling, and everybody has an important job to do in doing God's work.
Right. You know something else I'm going to really remember, Jesse?
What's that?
How we can see God everywhere.
That's right. Yeah, we have God moments all the time, and we do see God in all sorts of ways, right? We talked about the fruit of the Spirit for that, right? Love, joy, peace, patience, goodness, kindness, gentleness, faithfulness, and self-control, and how when we see those things, we're seeing God.
That's right. And even out here in the beautiful nature, there's all kinds of different places where we can see and find God.
That's right. We do find God outside and everywhere. That's right.
But you know what's something I'm really going to miss, though?
What's that?
Your great stories.
Oh, yeah. We had a lot of good stories. You know, we really covered a lot of the Old Testament and even Holy Week. So that was really great to go through and learn together, too. And you know, I appreciated how we talked about grieving and how this is all really hard and we have big feelings about it, but remembering that we're still together in it, and we all have grief that we go through, and we don't have to hide that, but we can know it's true for all of us, and we know that God grieves with us.
Yeah, I remember learning all that. And you guys are still going to be with me even though we're not together, right?
Oh, of course, yeah. We can Zoom together, we can pray for each other, we can write letters back and forth, and even if we don't see each other, we know we're always connected.
That's great, Jesse, thanks.
Yeah.
Well, I should probably say goodbye to Matt, too.
Oh yeah, of course. I think he's just right over your hand.
Hey, Nathaniel.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, man. Hey, Jesse just told me the news. I hear that this is going to be our goodbye for a while.
Yeah, but I think it's for the best.
Yeah, I think so too. And this has really been special time that we've gotten to share together. Thanks for being with us and being such a good friend.
Oh, of course, yeah, and thanks for teaching me so much. Me and Jesse were just talking about some of the stuff we've learned, and I also really have loved learning so much about what's happening in our world right now, and learning about sin and how we can be working to do better, to confess and repent and that kind of stuff.
I'm glad that we've had time to talk about those hard things, Nathaniel, and I hope you keep talking. You can call Jesse and I, but you can also talk to your pastor. You can talk to your parents. You can talk to lots of grown-up and friends about these hard things and about how God is working in the world through people to make things better. And that is one of the things that we're trying to do. Jesse and I are trying to show up as church leaders and work to make things better in the world right now. There are people who are pointing out the sin, who are trying to make the world a better place for African American people and everybody. And we feel like the church should be helping those people out.
Of course, yeah, for sure.
It kind of reminds me when we come together for a church service, like back when we could be in our buildings. I don't know if you can even remember that.
Yeah, I think like a dream.
We come together and we worship and we experience God and we sing and we experience each other, but we don't just live in that church building forever, do we? The end of our service is ascending. It's where we say, you're here to love God and to love each other and to get filled up with God's love. Now go out there and share it. That's kind of how I feel about this time that we've spent together. We've been hunkered down together a long time, and we've been filled up with lots of learning about God. We still have to be careful about how we get out of the house because our virus is still going around. So I'm going to try my best to stay away from other people. I'm going to wash my hands a lot. I'm going to wear a mask. But we can still go and try to share that love with other people.
Yeah, that's great, and there's lots of ways we can be doing that. Even if we can't go outside right now and can't be at a rally in person, we can be learning like we've been doing. We can give money to organizations that are working to help. We can talk to lawmakers and our leaders in our community. There's lots of ways for all of us to be doing God's work because like you said, we're sent to be God's people.
Nathaniel, you've learned so much, buddy. I'm really impressed. It's really been great to learn and grow with you.
Yeah, well, it's been great, but you know what, Matt? I think my flight's about to leave, so I really got to go.
Hey, can we pray together real quick
Of
before
course,
you
there's
leave, Nathaniel?
always time to pray.
Nathaniel, I always pray and you say it back. Do you want to say the prayer this time?
I'd love to.
All right, I'm ready. Go ahead.
Dear God.
Dear God.
Thank you for loving us.
Thank you for loving us.
And teaching us so much.
And teaching us so much.
Like how we're always connected.
Like how we're always connected.
And always with you.
And always with you.
And you have given us gifts.
And you have given us gifts.
To lead and serve in the world.
To lead and serve in the world.
Help us to always be doing better.
Help us to always be doing better.
To love each other.
To love each other.
And send us.
And send us.
To be your people in the world.
To be your people in the world.
Amen.
Amen. What a great prayer.
Thanks, Matt.
I love you, Nathaniel.
I love you too,
See you
bud.
later, buddy.
All right. I gotta go. Bye. Love you guys.
Thanks so much for being with us today. Now is a great time to keep the faith conversation going, and really, anytime is a good time to keep the faith conversation going. We're going to sing one last song that we think fits well with today's theme and as kind of our sending. You've probably heard it before. You'll get your little index finger
It's not
ready.
what you might think.
No, we've done that one. If you want to see that one, go back and watch the reruns.
Yeah.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Hide it under a bushel?
No, hide it under a bushel. No, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel. No, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel. No, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Don't let the devil.
Don't let the devil wolf it out. I'm gonna let it shine. Don't let the devil wolf it out. I'm gonna let it shine. Don't let the devil wolf shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Hold it high.
Hold it high till Jesus comes, I'm gonna let it shine. Hold it high till Jesus comes, I'm gonna let it shine. Hold it high till Jesus comes, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
This little light one more time.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
It's been our joy to be with you this time, and until we see you next time, go in peace, serve the Lord.
Thanks be to God.